those engagements to see how well Suxer can do in draining that mana, but if he can't get enough done, of course, you will have to deal with him a second time. Still, though, on the side of NiP, you've got to be afraid of Ace, and especially 33. On Misery, but no, in fact, Misery doesn't have any either. Tavo just going to stick around and perhaps go for a deny on himself.
I don't think that's too bad of a deal. Again, you are getting a lot from this lane. You have kind of let the Juggernaut free farm for a bit. Ace is definitely not minding these creep cuts at all. He's certainly pretty happy about it. 17 to 7
now. And he doesn't throw it out quite yet. He does eventually end up connecting King RD. Perhaps one more right click will do it. Though no, he had the stick charges available. One more from Suxer, and he does find first blood here for NiP. Rather easy one for him as well. There really wasn't much King RD could do to get away. Although they are going to roll onto the line now and punish Suxer. He does go for the TP play, but that was definitely wishful thinking from him. He will end up losing his life in the end. Meanwhile, PPD making the chase onto Tavo and will find the kill. And that'll make it a 3-1 very early on. A fantastic play there from PPD on the Oracle.
Yeah, that's a pretty extent. Do stick together in the same lane, they can find these targets, but when they're split up like this, that power is definitely kind of underwhelming.
HFN was getting ganked up. Now the Hex comes out as well. He tried to go back onto 33. He will, however, get taken down. And now King RD, I'm not sure he survives this one either. He'll throw out the Stroke of Fate, but the Earth Spike was there. And, well, he gets underneath the Tier 1 tower, but it's not going to matter. PPD, once again, using those Purifying Flames, and will actually find his second kill of the game already.
Enough, Weehaw has not had a great time with this Pangolier, and a lot of that is down in the matchup as well.
Well, they're going to roll onto PPD. Weehaw actually misses the Swashbuckle, and it looks like they're going to commit the roll, though he does actually use the W on himself. PPD will be able to get himself out successfully, and that is not great news for Chaos. Meanwhile, Tavo ends up falling solo to Ace. He didn't even commit the Omni Slash for that. That'll make it an 8-2 now with a 5k net worth lead here. In fact, it's going to be even more because King RD will end up falling to Fada on that Razor. Stuck around just a bit too long. Top lane, it looks like they will try to make a play onto 33 now. There is a rotation.
And find these kills on really big heroes.
Misery going to get jumped on here. 33 once again being very aggressive, and Misery is just a sitting target. He does get the boundary rune at the very least, but he will end up losing his life. 33 picks that one up for himself. And it looks like they might even go for more now because Weehaw is being targeted. In fact, 33 may just go for the Grimstroke instead. Swashbuckle will be there. Weehaw, can he actually help out here? The answer is absolutely not. 33 takes the kill for himself and just backs out of here during the nighttime. Just nothing they can do to catch him out. Us have certainly lined themselves up here at this bot lane. So NiP not willing to back off, it seems. Fortune's End will be there onto HFN. They'll get started, roll in. The wall has been dropped, and the link from King RD. Is it going to be enough, however? It looks like 33 still relatively okay at the moment. They are going to make the chase. Wraith's Fire Blast will connect. A nice Earthbright from Suxer. They do find the Night Stalker. Meanwhile, Misery falling rather low, and Fada does find a triple kill on the Razor. HFN still making the chase. Meanwhile, Tavo jumping in, but gets rooted in place by the Rod of Atos, and he goes down as well. Weehaw, he rolls his way through, but it was just a bit too late. And NiP, they only lose one, and they'll find 3 from the... Bought them a full minute, John. They took the tier 2 with no contestation. In fact, Misery is still going onto him. They should be able to get him at this point, surely. Though no, Rod of Atos, now false promise as well. It looks like he'll survive, and instead, Misery will be the one that dies. That's probably one of the longest bait plays I've ever seen, but it does end up working out for the side of NiP. Meanwhile, bot lane. Tavo in trouble. Hex is there. Finger of Death comes out, and Suxer will find himself with 2 stacks of the finger. So another 100 damage for him on that Finger of Death. But
NiP does have in spades, and they are being punished very badly for this, Mike.
Meanwhile, Tavo, he's going to try and juke them out this time around. Tavo, can he actually get out of this one? It's highly doubtful, but a nice surge there. Meanwhile, Weehaw going down in the mid lane, and it looks like they will at least get Tavo out. King RD, Finger of Death will be there from Suxer, just in case. 33 will give him the tip. That's an 18k net worth lead now. 20 minutes into the wrong location, like that Roshan pit, it may not be worth them initiating. Mid lane, they try to make a play onto Saksa, but they get hexed up on Weeha. Now 33 will take his opportunity and will go in. Fana, Rod of Atos was there. It looks like he will chase HFN instead. King RD trying to get himself out, and he will end up dying, and HFN will be the next one to go down. Now they may lose Tavo as well. The reincarnation will come out, but they're getting wiped right now in Chaos. They're trying their best to stay in this, but it looks like Misery will be the next to go. And there is a buyback there from Weeha. Is he actually going to come back in? He already has. Rolling Thunder will be there, but the Omni Slash comes out from Ace. That's going to be a triple on him and a full team wipe coming out for the side of NiP, and the GG call's made. You can't really blame them, John. A 22k net worth lead for NiP. They will confidently take game number 1.
Yeah, 23 minutes in. Really clean game coming out from NiP. And
well, NiP, they'll go for the Naga Siren final pickup, so there's the position 1 for them. It looks like they will switch Ace out and put him on the Naga instead. Weeha is indeed on the Monkey King, so you were correct to begin with, John. He is going to be up against that Razor from Fada.
Onto this lane, applying a fair bit of pressure onto this safe lane, and he should hit decent timings if he can keep up this pace.
Well, he does get a Jiggy Mastery, though. Top lane, Misery, finding himself in trouble and finding himself trapped. 33 will find the first blood here for the side of NiP. Now Tavo. Just be careful. Double Edge will come out. Now the Splinter Blast as well. Nice. HFN is falling slightly behind. He's got 16 to 8 right now in terms of his own last hits. Meanwhile, Sarks are getting chased down bot lane, though King RD has to be careful about this. Earth Spike is there, and he dives to tier 1 and ends up losing his life. Meanwhile, at the top lane, 33 is going to get a nice double hoof stomp off, though there are 3 heroes and a double impel coming out from Misery. They really want that Centaur, and they will find him. Meanwhile, PPD, he can't really get out either, and HFN will pick himself up a double kill on that Nature's Prophet. And that's a pretty nice early rotation from HFN as well.
That's definitely
one. Juking them out. PPD, surely he gets taken out here. Tavo, he'll slow him down. Cold Embrace, though, will come out. Misery is there as well, and they actually commit the split just in case. Meanwhile, Saksa was there with the Earth Spike, but it will not protect the Winter Wyvern. Saksa will just TP himself out. 33 also cannot really help the cause either, and will just farm up in the mid lane as much as he can. This may make a play here onto HFN, though doesn't really want to mess around with the tree line. In fact, he might get ganked up here because there's a lot of heroes coming in from Chaos, and this is the pickup they really needed here on the Radiant side. Lasso being committed as well to ensure the song can't come off. That's a big one. HFN going to be very, very happy about that.
Yeah, it's the kill that Chaos definitely needed. They needed to slow down Ace just by a bit, and they find a big kill that they couldn't really secure in the last game.
Well, to make matters even better, 33 ends up going down to Weeha, and well, the tips do come out.
These waves, constantly just trying to get what they can from this map, although it looks like Tavo will be caught out here.
He does get the bounty rune for himself. There will be Misery there to help, and it looks like they won't find him quite yet, although Winter's Curse will come out before the split animation finishes. They found the spread to 33, but he does have a quelling, and they will throw out the Stampede. Just wanting to get out of there safely, though Weeha, nice initiation from him. They will Earth Spike, and 33 trying to turn this one around. Mischief will dodge a bit of damage, and now the Wukongs come out. 33 is copying way too much and does end up going down. They also ended up finding PPD, it looks like. He's trapped in the tree line. It looks like they are going to try and help out with Fada on that Razor and just delay things as long as they can, but it's all Chaos Esports, although hold on a minute. The song does come out. There is a nice lineup of 3 here, but unfortunately, Saksa was not in position to get the Earth Spike off. They will find Weeha though, and that is a nice pickup to get. They'll find another as well in King RD. Tavo being chased down, doesn't have much mana left to speak of. The Ensnare is also available on Ace, but he doesn't want to throw it out quite yet. Just waiting for the right moment, and now he will. Plasma Field will be there to follow, and somehow NiP come out on top.
It did feel like Chaos
they found Misery. Misery was underneath the Sentry Ward, not really realizing it. Nice double imp.
Losing that tier 2 up top. Possibly going to lose that tier 2 down bot fairly soon as well if the pressure is kept up.
33. Mid lane jumps in, a double hoof stomp to counter the gank onto Saksa. Though Saksa may end up falling regardless, though Fada now comes in with the plasma. A lot of damage being dealt. He's also leeching a lot from Weeha, so he can't really help in this engagement. Now the Winter's Curse as well. They could reinitiate if they really want, though Saksa is rather low on the line. It looks like he's willing to give his life away for that Earth Spike. In fact, it won't even cost him his life. They will get the Aegis. Now Weeha chasing 33. Run of Atos will be there from Fada. Nice impale, and it looks like Fada has overextended to try and save his teammate.
Overextending like that will cost you if you're not ready for it, and it does cost NiP just a bit there, but looks like Weehaw will get a nice clean kill on Saksa.
He does indeed. He does feel better indeed as well. Looks like there will be an immediate smoke coming out from Chaos, perhaps trying to find them.
Apply this pressure on the map. You want to get onto that high ground fairly soon, I feel. You're going to have a bit of a hard time again if you give openings.
Bot lane. Looks like they have found HFN though. Nice lasso will be there from King RD, and now the split from Tavo as well. It looks like NiP will lose 2 more, and Chaos. I mean, it just looks like a completely different team compared to game number 1. Just the rotations and the team fight could go their way pretty easily though. Fada does kind of reveal himself in the smoke. Misery now. Gonna get stunned. He does try to get a forced off in time, but doesn't quite get it. Now the run of Atos as well. The 33 is getting control, but Finger of Death does come out and Misery is gone. He will buy back immediately. Now the Bat Rider lassoing away Ace. Ace is still relatively healthy, though Weehaw will get the Wukong's command off and is going to make the chase onto 33. Meanwhile, the backlines, PPD just keeping them busy with that cold embrace, trying to survive as long as he can. 33 looks like he will end up going down to Weehaw. 2 down so far for the side of NiP. And it just doesn't feel like they have the control in these engagements. In fact, they're going to find more, it looks like, on the side of Chaos. Though, no, they do get King RD. Saksa, Impel is there, but he still ends up falling. And now the song comes out. Can he get out of this one? Weehaw going to make the rest of Chaos Esports. So they couldn't get the right pathing. Now they'll go for a gank attempt onto Tavo, though. HFN TP straight in. BKB will come out at 33, but he's copping so much damage right now. They jump in as well with Weehaw, though Hex is there. PPD's life has been lost, but he will get the Winter's Curse off. Now Saksa will be the next to fall. It looks like they really want Fada on that Razor, and they should be able to find him with that Cyclone of the Brewmaster. Buyback does come out from PPD. Fada, though, looking really, really unhealthy right now and will go down. Ace did not have a song to commit that time around. Still, can they defend this mid-racks with only 3 heroes? 33, who's he going to find? They will end up finding Misery, though. This isn't the best target to go for. They're going to try their best. Tava, he'll jump in there with the split, and they will get down Misery at the very least, though Saksa has been lost in the back. 33 trying to go after HFN. In fact, no, he's going after a different target. Now the lasso comes out. PPD, he's gone. They found the Razor as well. Fada is the next to die. Ace, he finally throws out the song. I'm not sure how much it's going to help, though. He had to wait for the Sprout to go down before he could actually walk himself out, because he doesn't have the Quelling Blade anymore. At the very least, he will survive, and there is a buyback available on the Razor. They'll also get 33 out safely back into the fountain, but this is not going to be a simple defense to make here for NiP.
It's going to be really tough. They don't have the song for a full minute as well. Pretty much looks set for Chaos to just take mega creeps at this point.
They are taking the Raxes, though. 33 jumps in, trying to go straight after HFN, who's the main issue, the main pain in the backside of NiP. They've lost 2 already, though, on the side of the Dire. Ace, he'll be the next to fall. There is a buyback available on Ace, but it might just be GG, and they do call it. 32k net worth lead behind Chaos Esports. I mean, that was a very, very impressive game number 2. Considering how badly game number 1 went for them, John.
Just be tossed in and have the follow-up from your team. They are going to be able to keep HFN alive very long with the Oracle as well. So it all kind of slots in just nicely for Chaos Esports. NiP still has a pretty solid draft.
That late game, and in fact, they are going to find HFN early on. Nice little stun there from Saksa. Fada will be there with the follow-up Burrow Strike. It shouldn't lead to a kill, though. There's some nice body blocks coming out, which will allow the next Light Strike array. And HFN, he's going to be the first blood going to the way of NiP. Fada with those body blocks just doing a fantastic job and allowing Saksa.
And as you mentioned, it's probably one of the heroes that doesn't care too much to lose out on its creeps. The bear can tank fairly well early on, so 33 is probably not going to feel the pressure too much. It is a bit annoying to last it under tower, but beyond that, he is pretty much fine with his laning situation right now.
Oh, King RD in a lot of trouble. One more click and it will do it. Fada, he finds another kill with this bot lane. HFN trying to find the trade, but couldn't quite get there. Meanwhile, mid lane, Weehaw actually ends up going down. PPD setting up with a nice kinetic field and a Thunder Strike. The refraction just ends up melting. So a 0-3 doing a very, very good job of it.
He definitely has. It's he is dominating in terms of last hits. The one issue is that most of his net worth has gone into regen, but drawing even with a TA just slowing down that early timing is pretty pivotal.
Well, to make matters worse, they lose HFN at the bot lane. Not the greatest news, though at the very least, it looks like the banner may have been denied there. Farder, he'll go and claim one for himself, but Chaos Esports will manage to get 2 up at the top lane. They did also, of course, find the trade on the Lina, but it's certainly not worth losing your Ursa, though. Ace mid lane, that's a big pickup if they can find it, but again, PPD in the right position. He will find a nice kinetic field, and again will find Misery on that Tiny. Just barely making sure Ace is able to walk out of there. I believe he was on about 80 HP.
The moment that Chaos catches him out, it's going to be a very costly death. We do have some ways of, they are starting to split the wealth a bit. Ace is working towards that Battle Fury to speed up his own farm.
Well, a lot of commitment down in the bot lane. Epicenter and Laguna Blade being committed to be able to take down Misery's Tiny. Does feel just a bit desperate though. Top lane, this could be a massive one. Weeha will get caught out. He still does have the Aegis, but look at those body blocks from Farder. False Promise, though, will come in from King RD, and he just makes sure that Aegis does not go anywhere. Though they have found the Darkseer. Weeha jumps back in, but there's the Aegis gone. The False Promise actually just wearing off, and that was all that was necessary. Now the Burrow Strike as well, just holding down that Ursa. Can they actually be able to take him out? HFN being surrounded now. They're still also going after King ID as well. They do get one important core in the Ursa, and it looks like that may just be it. Though Weeha is going to wait around. Exact same thing right now. Great minds think alike, I suppose. Oh. Now a glimpse will be there, although Weeha is going to make the chase. PPD will end up going down. Meanwhile, the mid lane, they end up losing the tier 1 tower on the side of Chaos Esports, though 33, that was slowed down by the TA trap. False Promise comes out, HFN straight onto the bear, though there's that Ghost Scepter coming into play. Now Weeha, who's he aiming for? He's going after Saxa on that Lina, but it looks like the vacuum will actually cancel the TP off, and Saxa should end up dying here eventually, though no, Laguna will come out. He does lose his life. Now HFN, though, is falling very, very low to Ace. Just heroes dying all over the place. Misery will be the next to go. Ace, who's he aiming for? It is going to be Tavo. They have got the root there, though, on the Oracle, and they'll lose King RD. Now Tavo will be the next to fall. And it looks like this is all NiP's team fight.
It looked like a pretty bad engagement for NiP at first.
Smokes are there from Chaos, so they look at this, they wrap around HFN, they didn't get the stun off however, but there's the slow. Now Misery, Avalanche Toss is straight to Saxa, and the vac wall is there. He's falling rather low, Weeha cleans him up. Who does he go for next however? Looks like Ace is going to chase King RD. Meanwhile, Weeha trying to fight 33, and it looks like they should be able to find this Spirit Bear, surely. He gets a double damage, but they will end up taking the bear down in the end. Now Misery, again, a nice Avalanche Toss coming out onto Farder. Sandstorm will be there, but it won't help the cause. Weeha is still making the chase. In fact, he may change his mind and go for Ace instead, but no, there's the Static Storm coming out. The fight continues to go on. Ace gets lucky with the ensnares, and, well, the Enrage keeps HFN alive for the moment. Glimpse was there onto Weeha, but they would have assumed that the Ursa would have been down, and it looks like PPD will lose his life because of that Glimpse. Weeha now with a nice blink to Juke, though it looks like they wanted Misery anyway, and they will settle for the tiny kill instead.
That's a pretty messy fight coming out from NiP, I have to say. Again, just not...
Smokes are there from Chaos, so they look at this, they wrap around HFN, they didn't get the stun off however, but there's the slow. Now Misery, Avalanche Toss is straight to Saxa, and the vac wall is there. He's falling rather low, Weeha cleans him up. Who does he go for next however? Looks like Ace is going to chase King RD. Meanwhile, Weeha trying to fight 33, and it looks like they should be able to find this Spirit Bear, surely. He gets a double damage, but they will end up taking the bear down in the end. Now Misery, again, a nice Avalanche toss coming out onto Fada. Sandstorm will be there, but it won't help the cause. Weeha is still making the chase. In fact, he may change his mind and go for Ace instead, but no, there's the Static Storm coming out. The fight continues to go on. Ace gets lucky with the ensnares, and, well, the Enrage keeps HFN alive for the moment. Glimpse was there onto Weeha, but they would have assumed that the Ursa would have been down, and it looks like PPD will lose his life because of that Glimpse. Weeha now with a nice blink to Juke, though it looks like they wanted Misery anyway, and they will settle for the tiny kill instead.
That's a pretty messy fight coming out from NiP, I have to say. Again, just not managing to find the targets they want immediately, but really good targeting from Chaos coming out there.
Burrow Strike is there to set up for Fada, though. BKB immediately from Weeha, and he will find a pick. Ace, again, not getting lucky with those ensnares, and now they have to get the hell out of there, because HFN looking to get aggressive on that Spirit Bear. It was just respawned up by 33, so if they can find it a second time, it would mean a lot to the side of Chaos, and it looks like they will. Another 300 gold going to HFN, but more importantly, you know for at least the next 2 minutes, that bear is not going to be available.
Yeah, in fact, cooldown is down to about 40 seconds though, so it's going to be up relatively quickly. That is still time where 323 can't farm as fast and really can't do too much, so that does open up a few possibilities for Chaos, mainly trying to go for this Roche again.
Light Strike Array will connect onto Misery. Glimpse is there on the Ursa. Both teams just kind of taking warning shots at each other. Weeha will get started on the Roshan, and NiP of course know about this, but they are missing a Sand King right now. Ace thinks about going in with the Battle Trance. They are going to go in onto Tavo. Static Storm was committed, though the Roshan is falling very low and is going to be claimed here from Chaos. They don't find Tavo either. Now Misery jumps in and gets a toss-off onto Saksa. They will find that first kill. Epicenter is there, but not going to do too much. And there's the Vac Wall. He found 2 of them. Isn't going to do anything, however. Ace is still relatively healthy. Fada, he'll go back in after HFN. The Misery jumps in and again sets up with the Avalanche toss. It's not going to be quite enough, but they are going to find that Spirit Bear. And who's the Glimpse back on? It is going to be on HFN, but 33 is just a sitting bear right now, and he does end up losing that mega kill streak he did have. And suddenly, Chaos Esports are in control of this game.
Yeah, just the gold advantage of NiP swinging away from just that one fight. Less than 1k now left for the advantage of NiP, and that's one issue when you put all your eggs in one hero. Something like 2v3 right now. Just once you lose him, you're going to bleed a lot of it back. And that does open a lot of push coming out for Chaos. They still have the Aegis available on HFN as well, so I don't see them backing off anytime soon.
Well, there's no buyback available on 33 either. HFN jumps in, but a nice kinetic field was already there by PPD. Misery, though, again, Avalanche toss, setting up for his team, and Fada is dead. No buyback available on the Sand King either. This is looking super bad now for NiP. Can they hold on? Looks like there will be a split push. Ace, he's going to try and force them back. He could just take a tier 3 tower by himself right now, and in fact, nobody's TPing quite yet. They are going to settle for that mid-Rax. Nice little Light Strike Array. Meanwhile, Misery does TP back, but Ace does not plan to back off anytime soon. Light Strike Array again delaying the Rax is being taken. Now Kinetic Field forcing out the BKB so the Ursa could run away, but a glimpse. It will be on King RD. Meanwhile, HFN though reinitiates and they get PPD and Saksa at the same time. Vac is alright. The root will be there on 33, but do they have the damage or the follow-up? It looks like they won't quite yet, but Ace can't really help out his teammate, and 33 is starting to fall relatively low. Weeha jumps in on him as well. There's no dieback available on this bear, and he's gone. Chaos Esports just making one massive push all the way through. They should be able to claim at least a secondary tier 3 here. They must know the buyback's not available on that lone druid.
Yeah, this gives a lot of control back to Chaos, right? We were mentioning that they are tempo-oriented. They found their tempo fairly late in, but this is still around the area of their power spike. They were never really too far behind.
Fada.
To the point where it was completely worrying.
Double Burrow Strike. False Promise was there, and again PPD just melts. Ace will be able to back off, it seems, though. HFN going after Saksa. He's in a bit of an awkward spot and does lose the Aegis. Nice Vac is there, and Saksa is falling rather low to King RD. Purifying Flames would get the job done, but Weeha will finish it with his own right click. Now Tavo gets ensnared up. Looks like Ace will be able to claim one. Nice Burrow Strike is there from Fada. Weeha will eat the cheese and will be back up to full HP. And HFN just going to see if he can make his way out. In fact, he's going to reinitiate right now. Misery jumps in as well, but that was a risky play. He's still alive though, HFN, with that in range, just keeping him there. But no, he does end up going down. Misery now will get defused up. Ace should be able to finish the kill with that purge, and does find it. That was, I mean, look, I can understand why they'd reinitiate like that, John, but that was a very risky play, and closing the distance here. Chaos, they do take the high ground for themselves, though it looks like they want to initiate, and they do. The Burrow Strike was there, straight onto Tavo. Now the Fear as well. They're just trying to burst this Darkseid down, but the False Promise is there in time. PPD has been lost. Weeha is being chased down, but did commit the BKB and is making a run for it. Fada's life has also been taken by the side of Chaos Esports. Now Light Strike Array, they're trying to burst down Misery on the Tiny. He force-stuffs himself out and may make it out. The smoke was there as well, but it won't be quite enough. That is one at the very least, but the buyback was there, and now the vac back into the wall. HFN, he can't go through that kinetic field, and the Static Storm was also dropped by PPD. Though HFN is going to continue this chase. Another kinetic field blocking this Ursa in. The PPD, that's a dieback on him. Not the greatest of news, and now Ace, BKB's up and pops the Battle Trance, and it's doing a lot of damage here to Weeha. He will be able to burst him down, though the buyback is there from the TA. Ace, does he want to go for more? It looks like they're just happy with the buyback being forced out. Sarksa, though, may not be so lucky, and he is dead. Still a great engagement here for the side of Chaos Esports. And this could be what they needed to go for that secondary racks. Oh. HFN, meanwhile, looping around the back. Fada will jump in. Burrow Strike was missed, however, and HFN looks to burst him down. Static Storm was dropped, but it's not going to be enough. The Sand is lost. He will buy back immediately, though. Now Weeha, he fell very low, but he somehow managed to survive, and the vac wall is absolutely massive from Tavo. Though, is it going to be enough for Chaos? It looks like NiP are going to win out regardless. Aegis will be expended. Tavo just being secured right now by Ace and Sarksa, and looks like his life is going to be forfeit. They are chasing more in the mid lane. Misery is being chased right now by Fada on that Sanking, who again did end up buying back throughout all this. Fada not giving up on the chase quite yet, though Burrow Strike is on cooldown and he does get tossed back. Meanwhile, Weeha actually taking down PPD, who was remaining just on the high ground next to that mid tower. But it looks like Ace is going to go straight down to the bot lane where he wants to secure racks for his team. Esports, but in terms of momentum and team fight, in fact, it's about to start right now. HFN, he'll get caught out. His team not backing him up quite yet, but there's the False Promise. Now they'll go onto the Tiny instead, and it looks like they should be able to burst him with the Force Stuff, keeping him alive. Meanwhile, Weeha, he ends up getting PPD in the back, though they are trying to control him. HFN, he'll jump in straight onto Fada, and they should be able to get him as well, and they do. But Weeha just hitting so darn hard, and that is a very awkward pause timing. I'm not sure what the problem is, but am I missing something, John? They're pinging something, I feel like, but I can't see what the problem is. It's probably a technical issue.
Could have been, yeah. That's really unfortunate, though.
Weeha losing a lot of HP, actually going to end up falling here to Ace. Now it looks like Tavo will be the next to fall. No buyback available on Tavo. They do end up getting Sarks at the very least, but King RD going to lose his own life now. Does have a buyback on the Oracle. That team fight looked like it was going pretty well for them, but unfortunately, Ace, he will go ahead and pick up a Satanic now. The Roshan getting started. In fact, no, they were going after the bear. BKB will be there, and Misery copping a lot of damage. War being dropped. No vac quite yet. It looks like they'll focus onto Tavo instead. The Fate's Edict will save him for the moment. Now they jump in straight after Ace. Can they burst him? The answer is probably. HFN doing a lot of damage. Gets the Abyssal as well. And it looks like, no, they won't get him yet. Ace, he survives somehow. Now the Epicenter comes out. It's not doing that much. And Ace, he pops the Satanic. I don't even know how the hell he's still alive throughout all this. He will find HFN. Weeha, he's trying to go after the backlines, but Sarksa had the Ghost Scepter. Misery, he'll jump back in. in with the avalanche, but now he's a sitting duck and Fada. He'll find the double burrow strike. The AoE surge though coming out. Fada will get rooted. HFN jumps back in with the double light strike array, and now Ace will get started again. Enrage will be there. The disarm on Ace. They'll reinitiate the bear now. It's on the TA. They found Saksa. They'll take him out. 33's gone as well as PPD. King RD is being chased by Ace, but it looks like Ace might be the one that's actually in trouble. In fact, he is, and he is going to end up losing his life, though he does have buyback available.
It's going to be a really hard defense here for NiP. Just going up 3 against 5.
Meanwhile, bot... Mid lane, Vac is there. Who have they caught out? It is the troll. Ace is in trouble, but he committed that battle trance immediately with the BKB. Has the Satanic available as well. Hasn't popped it quite yet. Now Misery going straight after PPD in the back, and they will burst him down. Ace, he goes down as well. Buybacks are available on both. They'll be back into the team fight immediately, though. Now 33 is losing his life, and he really can't afford this. Laguna, though, will come out straight onto King RD, but he's still alive throughout all this. 33's gone, and he'll buy back immediately, though they have lost Saksa, and he does not have buyback. Now Fada, he has one buyback left as well, though the Vac is there, and this could be GG. PPD, it's a dieback on the Disruptor. 3 heroes left for the side of NiP. Ace gets jumped on. HFN really wants to burst him down one final time, though. Fada jumps in. They're trying to hold HFN down. Ace just man-fighting him back. Who's going to win this man-fight, actually? It will be Ace in the end, though. The buyback comes out, and a dieback is there on the troll. And with that, Fada, a triple burrow strike with the epicenter, but it's all over. GG has been called 61.5 minutes into this game number 3. Chaos Esports. They weren't the favorites, John, but they do pull it off. A surprise victory for their first